Chochi's on team.
If I still want just witness to happen.
James, what's going on?
Christ.
Alright guys, welcome back once again to United Roleplay. As always, I'm Sergeant Alpha. Most of you guys do know me as Alpha, and you know there's everybody in United. I'm also the Deputy Commissioner of State, and unfortunately I only get to record with these guys as much as I would like. Either there's work, or I have connection issues, or I get home from work and I'm just so tired I can't even record. So, I mean, there's been times where, I'll try to record and just doesn't happen, or some other thing comes up. But I have done a few recordings with these guys. Really enjoyed the RP with them, and we have actually been here as a community for about a year. So, since we've been together for a little bit longer than that, probably closer to 2 or 3 years for some of us. Since we've been together as a community United Roleplay for a year, I've went ahead and put together this little video for everybody. And instead of just me talking about it, we're going to listen to what some of the guys that have been around for a while think about it. Look at some of the RPs and stuff like that. And I'm going to go ahead and start right now with while we're discussing United, the video and pictures and stuff in the background. They won't have any audio. That's on your computer. That's just me in post-editing. That way you can hear what these guys are saying. And then the interview I did with each of them is kind of took like a little while, so this will be a long video, so kind of settle in. But they kind of break that up so you're not just listening to nothing but us talk. We'll do like breaks in between like the questions where you get to see like actual videos and stuff like that. So start off everything, I'm just going to go ahead and do one of the first recruiting videos I did for United, and then we'll jump into the actual interview and video, stuff like that. So, like I said, settle in. It might be a little bit of a long video. I apologize for that. Just wanted to go ahead and give these guys the most opportunity to get what they wanted to say out. And without further ado, we'll go ahead and jump right into this.
45 years available.
Maybe I'm foolish, maybe I'm blind, thinking I can see through this and see what's behind. Got no way to prove it, so maybe I'm lying. But I'm only human after all.
Go, go,
I'm
go,
only
go.
human after all. Don't put your blame
Oh God!
on me. Don't put your blame on me.
Don't stop, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. Just drive, bro, drive.
What do you see? Do you see it clearer? Are you deceived?
Bro, yes.
In what you believe?
Oh, shit.
I'm only human.
Oh, there's no way this thing. How is this thing
You're
so
only
driving?
human after all. Don't put the blame on.
Oh,
Ah, come on!
Don't
you
put
gotta have
your
like a
blame
really
on.
bad.
Oh!
Some people got the real problems. Some people out of love. Some people think I can solve them. Lord heavens above.
What about desync there?
After all, I'm only human. After all, don't put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me. Don't ask my opinion. Don't ask me to lie. And beg for forgiveness for making you cry. For making you cry. 'Cause I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Don't put the blame on me.
John Doe.
Oh, some people got the real problems. Some people out of love. Some people think I can solve them. Lord heavens above. I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. after all.
Came
I'm
back
only
about an
human
hour later.
after
Stopped by a
all. Don't
couple
put
other
the
errands,
blame
and
on
my van
me.
was gone.
Medical
Don't put the blame on me.
Go for 140.
140, can we have you en route to the Shandy Sheriff Station, code 3 for a possible heart?
I'm just a man.
CPR has been started.
Do what I can, don't put the blame on me. Don't put your blame on me.
Go ahead, Alpha.
Okay, kids. So since we're coming up to being around as United for a year, we've all been, most of us have been together longer. What has been like your favorite part of United, like as far as like RP or community wise or whatever?
Roberto, your turn. Oh, you guys, of course. Okay, I guess I'll go. My favorite part has been just watching everything grow. A year ago, I started here just over a year ago in our last community, and then a year ago I was just a deputy. I wasn't even a sergeant in the sheriff's department yet. I was just somebody who had joined, a few people knew, and then just watching things grow from there. And my own progression has just been amazing, and getting to learn so many things from everybody in this community, not just owners, not just admins, not just sheriff's, but people from everybody. And I think watching that growth of people who we all started for the most part as something less than we are today, and just getting to grow into our positions and do all of that has been really, really fun. Roberto, I'm muting your keyboard typing. I can't hear you.
Yeah, I thought you were about to say something, so I didn't say anything.
Nope. Who else do you want to hear from?
I mean, Charlie can throw in his input since he's here, or if Jansen wants to say anything.
Jonah, what's been your favorite part so far?
What means so far? I mean, I'm basically just joined, but I think roleplay wise, I could say the moment in which Putin forgot that his character has an open warrant, and I arrested him. So yeah, but like, I don't know, people wise, I don't think I can add to this because I'm not here long enough in my.
No, that's right. I mean, you're probably one of our newer people, so I mean, we can sit here and see if there's anything in particular that you like, or do you have a favorite moment or thing so far before, hopefully you stay with us for a little while and get more experience with all our craziness.
Well, let me put it this way. I hope that I will experience my favorite moment to be in the future here.
Fair enough. Anything you want to weigh in on, Jansen?
Yeah, I feel that honestly the community has grown a lot. I mean, literally we had less than 20, not even like 10, maybe 10, 12 guys. And now we're at a year later, we've grown about maybe by 20, 25 members, I want to say. And honestly, it's the whole, like Justin and them said, that like Tony and them said, there is a family aspect to it. I mean, everybody's here, everybody respects each other, there's no drama. And I feel that we're in a better place than we were a year ago when everything just kind of got thrown at us, and now we're better off for it. And we are growing.
I mean, like you guys are saying, that's a lot about just hanging out with you guys. I mean, we've had our fun times, and then we've had times where we've all kind of wanted to whack each other upside the head with something. So, I mean, for the most part, when we're all here, we just want to hang out and have just talk or play or do whatever we're gonna do, and go from there. And just half the nonsense that Roberto and Aaron and Justin come up with.
I think one of my favorite moments was with a bunch of y'all, actually. I think both of y'all were here involved in a lot of this, but the whole Talia Rodriguez saga, I think, was a lot of fun with her getting chased down by all kinds of different bad eggs, people that she shouldn't have been involved with in the first place, but got caught up in going into witness protection and having the cops play interference for her as, she gets shot at and chased down and, basically hunted. I was always on the edge of my seat for that, trying to keep her alive. There were some really scary moments where I legitimately thought that, like, my character is either going to end up dead or in the hospital, and as much of a good end as that would be, I wasn't quite ready for it. So it was really intense to have that going on, and I thought that was some of the best RP and long-running stories where, everybody remembered their parts and their characters, and it, took place over multiple RPs over months, and I think that was just one of the best sagas we've had, and stories for a lot of our characters.
Favorite part over the past year? Well, we have had some really, really good moments, all of us together. I don't think I can exactly put my finger on one exact moment that I thought defined it for me, if you know. Fucking connection issues. But yeah, it's just not one thing that I can put my finger on. So I think over the past year, just everyone being together in a drama-free community and like just all the good times that we have during RP.
My favorite part of the past year would have to be just watching the community grow together as a great brotherhood, and watching everyone get together in the evenings and just role play with each other and have a great time.
My favorite part of last year would have to be the community interaction. Just seeing us all goof around and whatnot is pretty funny to see, especially when we bring up past RPs and we start talking about scenarios and like adding on to it. I think that's like really, really awesome and shit.
I don't know how you guys are doing, but you guys are pretty much matching everybody. Like, even whenever you were two of you separate like this, pretty much everybody's has something to say about the community.
Oh, dude, no, we're a bunch of children. We're a bunch of children. Especially when we all get riled up, and then it's just when it gets like the best part of the community is when everyone gets all like freaking hyper and crap like that, to where everyone just freaking out of the blue just starts keeping it going. It's kind of like a comedy show, and everyone just is so freaking witty, and it's awesome. And I always enjoy opening up Discord every morning I wake up just to see all the bullshit that's going on the server.
Fork and 308, can you respond as well?
Freeway 10-4, show me responding from Davis Courts.
All units be advised that
If there's anyone in
subject
here,
is armed.
come out and identify yourself or you're gonna get shot. All units be advised. Shots fired, shots fired.
That's fine. What the fuck? Sir, sir. 401, I'm not sure where your vehicle is, but we're in a pursuit with somebody. Funny, I copy, I saw that. 22401, correct. Be advised that was the vehicle that likely contacted mine before, and then which is a hit and run. 10-4 is the pursuit.
Within the century. Yeah, he just passed me.
County advised when the timer's elapsed.
Alright, so we are still behind Sheriff's Department here.
Going down.
Now we're just gonna kind of back them up a little bit. Now I gotta stick with them. And
all units be advised that
If there's anyone in
subject
here,
is
come out and
armed.
identify yourself or you're gonna get shot.
Any unit, do you hear, is that, how do you please advise? 10-4, I'm going to be investigating heavy weapon fire. Be advised I have no, where it is this time.
hey, can you hear me down there?
I swear to God, if I get pulled over for almost somebody, the guy that fucking was
Hey, can you hear me down there?
Oh, that's why they call Pittance in the afternoon. Is this Devo?
Now can you hear me?
Okay, he's ignoring me. I was gonna be livid.
Be advised, I think I was stopped at another vehicle legally. Oh, come on!
You gotta have like
Oh!
That is actually.
Gotta go. Shelter's coming behind you.
10-4. After. Here they come, okay.
So, is there any particular RP that we've done that you guys think was your favorite? Like, as far as, like, I know, or character? Like, I know Tony has Freddy Fingers, Sal Morris, Justin Scott, freaking Richard James, or whatever frick his name is. So, Any like particular character RP that you guys like the best?
Roberto?
I don't know, man. There's been so many great scenarios. Like, I don't know if I really have a favorite. Although the night I was hunting you guys down with like the masked guy and the axe was pretty fun.
Oh yeah, I remember that ringing. Me, I think Andrew or somebody was trying to keep you from killing Rex, and every time we turn around, you go after him again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me. I shot you right in the face.
Alright, I'll go. Good lord, of all the fun we've had. I would have to say my favorite character is James Richards. I came up with him one night based off of a real life person I dealt with that was just angry and wanted everything to be the way it was back in the 60s. And they just couldn't get past that. So I came up with this guy, and he hates he hates the hippies, he hates the Democrats, things that have nothing to do with that. And the ironic part of it is the character's actually a hippie. If you look at his ped, he's got a peace sign on, he's got long hair and tattoos. So it's kind of this grand irony, and he just is always causing problems. Never quite enough to get arrested, but he's always causing trouble. My favorite RP ever was right when he first started. I couldn't have been more than a lieutenant at the time. And I had played an LSPDFR call that had been basically where these guys had killed this clerk and then pretended to be the store workers. I did it with Alpha, that everybody knows, obviously. And we just tried to get away with this wacky scenario, and we came so close to getting away with it before we got arrested. The scenario ended with a bombing before we could end up doing it from somebody who just jumped into the server randomly. But that was a really creative and fun scenario. My second favorite, I'll give one more example, was something that Tony talked about earlier, was this homicide investigation. It was my first one after opening the criminal investigation division in the sheriff's department. And Rex had led us on this wild goose chase, and I ended up working this RP for 2 weeks every single night. It was a grand chase around just everywhere. We responded to like 12 different scenes. I had like 5 different reports from it. And it was really something very, very grand. It was like a real homicide investigation. It spanned over many, many days. It was going on at the same time as the car bombings. It was a crazy time, but it was really fun.
Now I see that Blake and Fromer had decided to grace us with their presence. So, Blake, Fromer, all we're doing is just kind of doing that quick interview for the whole year review thing for United. I'm going to try to push out here in a couple days. So we went through and we asked everybody, even though like we've all been together for longer, like United has been here for about a year, what your favorite part over the past year is, like as far as community-wise goes. And then what Justin was just answering when you guys come in was like, is there a favorite character or RP that you guys have?
Like, if you want to start off, we're going from bottom to top, so.
Oh, okay, my bad. I figured Frommer's here first. I don't want to cut anybody.
Maybe to join at the same time, but yeah, we're going bottom to top every time we ask you a question.
Gotcha. Yeah, I guess mine's kind of in 2 parts, if you will. And I believe it's kind of like what Justin was saying. It's not just that we do just RPs, it's the fact that there's actual depth and stories behind them. It's a prolonged process to where it's not just a simple response. You actually have to investigate and do some digging, and a big part of that goes to our Civ team. They've done a really good job of creating in-depth characters. So, one of my favorite characters, like what you had mentioned, it is not actually even one of my characters. It's one of Tony's. Freddy Fingers. I don't know how many times I've had to deal with him for just countless, acts of stuff. So it's always just really enjoyable whenever you can get that type of RP going, and it really, the sheriff's department has a CID section, so it's really got them involved with it. So I'd say that's definitely one of my bigger likes about the community. And then the second part to that is really just the people that are here. We've been in for going on a year now, and just people have come and gone like they always do, but there's always been this core group of guys that have really just kind of stuck through and through with everything. And even a lot of the newer guys are really joining in and helping out and just really meshing well with everybody. So it's kind of a cool thing. None of us have ever even met each other in person, but we have a very good family-oriented thing going on. So that's probably my most favorite thing about the community.
Reimer, do you want to answer those two questions? Then we'll go back to Jonah and Jansen for the second question.
Sure, as I'm still waking up.
Yep. Your favorite part about the community and your favorite RP or character or whatever.
My favorite character has been very tough, to be quite honest. Even though he's not here, he hasn't been here, he's trying to actually get back. My favorite character has always been Apu. Everything's always thoughtfully planned. When you think you got him, in layman's terms, if you got him by the balls, you kind of twist it around, and then it's like, well, back to the drawing board. He always has everything thoughtfully planned, perfectly executed, and he's always been around since day one. The fact that we've been around for a year, I think we can do 3 years. Yeah, we're still growing, but great group of guys. That's all you really need. Yeah, it's kind of like being one big, happy, dysfunctional, pain in the ass family, but you know what? It still works. Still get the job done.
A key word, and that's dysfunctional.
And I'm using dysfunctional with the highest amount of kosher salt ever.
Jonah, do you have a favorite character or RP that you've experienced?
My favorite RP was on my first patrol on my own. The very first call out, I got holed up by Andrew at gunpoint. He just took my car, took my weapon, and I jumped into Harry's car and lit him the fuck up with an assault rifle that I borrowed from him. And that was pretty funny. And my favorite character are those made by what's his name again here? Sif Putin, because those characters are quite a bit of a challenge. Because he does basically everything in the book to test my patience over and over and over again. But I kind of find it funny that he does this, and yes, those are my favorite characters.
Jansen, do you have a favorite RP or favorite character or both?
I think honestly one of my favorite RPs was when they decided, okay, I'm just gonna jump on the server, and then I just decided, well, let's try corner, and then suddenly, oh, we have corner on, and then they're like, okay, come in, and I'm like, okay. Find out that there's a body in the back of a gas station that the clerks were killed, and it's like, well, okay, here we go with that. I'd say one of my other two favorite scenarios probably were way back when we first started in the server as a covert operation that you were doing, Justin, and then we all find a body in the back of a truck. I think that was honestly the one of the ones that probably takes the cake because I wasn't expecting that to show up as soon as I opened the door.
If I may, I remember this one. So this was another really good scenario. So I was doing a covert drug bust. It was just my first covert operation I'd ever done. I was wearing a sweatshirt and jeans, and I had an unmarked car. And I was following these guys all over town in this box truck, thinking, I'm going to find the drugs, I'm going to find the drugs. I never found the drugs. And all of a sudden, they pull over to the side of the road. I had no idea that they knew it was me, mind you. And I don't know if they did even. And they just open up the back of the car, and they throw out a body out of the back of the truck. Just chuck it out. It was, I want to say it was AC's body, if I'm not mistaken. And they just fling him out of there. He's dead. So then I go to stop him. They end up giving up and all that. But I remember I'd said something on the radio along the lines of County 402. I have a dead body on the side of the road, and I also need a marked unit to come make a traffic stop. And
Yep.
Blake had said to me, wait, what? This was the first time I had talked on the radio in forever because I had been covert, and it was just a fiasco. It was really fun, but it was the first time I'd ever tried this, and it just turned into a mess.
I still have the video of that.
I'll have to get that someday. All right, Alpha. What's the next question for bottom up here?
I think honestly, one of my other favorite ones is Dexter Morgan. Dexter is somewhat of a fun character to play every once in a while because the cops always never expect him. And I think the time when I threw them all for a loop by dumping bodies in the river of LS was kind of interesting. As all of them are just like, what the hell? Meanwhile, I'm just tooling around Los Santos, minding my own business, and there's the cops all wondering, where is he? Where is he?
Yeah, that one that you're talking about years of corner, I think that was the second time me and Justin had done the store robbery, and we actually got away with that one. But like the whole me and Justin just came up with like, this brief, hey, who are you, who am I thing, like right before we pulled this off, and we had like pretty much nothing else other than that to go off of. So like the guys, they showed up and they actually did a pretty good job of keeping us separated so we couldn't hear each other, and we were just kind of guessing what the other one's saying, and it's just kind of up in the air for a minute. Are we going to get away with it or not? And then they're all kind of sitting there in the parking lot watching us after they say, okay, you're good. So we're trying to figure out, okay, can we make our break for it? Are we stuck here or what? And we finally get away, and then think we had killed Rex, and he was the one in the back, and he was sitting there, sent out the alarm every 2 seconds, and then the cops finally got there like after the 6 or 7 time and went off. But yeah, that was a good one. And then Tony was saying with, I think it was like right before he actually started as United, Rex had done that one where he had hidden the body, and this thing had went on for like, ended up going on for like a month. But when it first started, me and Justin kind of knew he was up to something, and we were trying to pretty much find a reason to jam him, but he kept giving us excuses. But he comes up with, "Oh, I lost my dog," so I was like, "Screw it, I'll tell him I'll go look for his dog." And same time, I know he was over there because I've seen him over there. Maybe I'll find something from him over there. And then as I'm walking up the hill, looking for his freaking imaginary dog, here comes a freaking mountain lion trying to eat my ass. So,
I remember that. I think I was dispatched that night.
Oh. Again, there hasn't been one there hasn't been one character or anything that has stuck out to me, but yeah, no, it's been like all really good scenarios and stuff like that. But there was this one point. It was a pretty small group of us on, only like 2 of each, 2 cops, 2 civs. I got pulled over on a bike in the city, and then Lieutenant Andrew from the state police, he pulled me over, and we were just going back and forth about how I crashed into him, and my character didn't like what was going on, so I asked for a supervisor, and he was the only one who was on. So I was like, I want your supervisor. So he coughs, he goes, hi, I'm the supervisor. And oh god, that was just fucking hilarious. I couldn't. Oh, but yeah, yeah. There's just been heaps of really good moments that I've enjoyed thoroughly.
I think I would pick. I'm going to say my favorite for somebody else's and my favorite for mine. I think one of my favorites for somebody else's character would be John Domino. I think a couple different people actually ended up playing his character, which always, I think, was it you and Frommer, Alpha?
Yeah, Frommer usually does John, and I've done his brother once or twice.
That's right. So that pair, I guess, would be 2 of my favorite characters because they always made me really, really nervous with Talia, and it's one of the few times in RP where I've actually like worried for a character's safety. So I always really, really liked that one. Both of them being pretty terrifying and pretty unpredictable. I think probably one of my favorite characters of my own is one that I haven't really played that often. But I would say I think Jackie O'Ryan was one of my favorite characters. Every time I've had that character out, some really fun stuff and stupid stuff has gone down. I think the biggest one with her was trying to cover a story, and her ex-husband showed up. I forget who was playing her ex-husband, and it ended up being this all-out fist fight that broke out in the bay of an ambulance, or the ambulance bay of a hospital in Los Santos. And we ended up punching each other and getting in a fist fight in front of like 2 firefighters, a gunshot victim, and a bunch of cops, and it just turned into this whole shouting match. Everybody got arrested. I think some cars got hit. And it was just one of those like chaotic scenes where I was trying so hard to stay in character and not laugh because the people just had some of the funniest freaking lines.
Yeah, I remember that because I forget what the first call was, but somehow we all ended up there, and it just kind of went downhill from the fight, and yeah, that was a fun one.
And I think there was another scene. I forget. You were on it too, I believe, Alpha. I think it was another one. It was me and you, and it was a husband and a wife in the trailer crash.
Yes, I was going to bring that up later.
We were fighting, and the cop showed up, and then I ended up flooding the house in front of. I think it was Andrew, actually. I think Andrew was there.
Yeah.
He watched me like rip faucets and piping out of the house and just fill the trailer with water. And then he's like, yeah, you're under arrest. And I think I slugged him or something stupid. It just became this whole nonsense mess that was our special brain is stupid.
Yeah, I mean, it started off, it was, we're doing it for somebody's training, and then at first they're trying to say they didn't see you do it, and like, there's 4 cops here, how did none of you see it happen?
That was definitely a classic. I still don't understand how they didn't see that one, because Andrew was the one that ended up pointing it out, but it was definitely one of those ones where it got out of hand real quick with our special brand of idiocy.
Hey, I mean, that whole time where I finally just said screw it, locked you in the room because you're trying to break all my stuff, I started throwing all your stuff out. I was trying so hard not to laugh during that.
I was locked in the room and I'm in there smashing stuff, and you're like, you better not be throwing my records on the floor. I'm like, I'll throw your records where I want to. And I was like, ugh. I was losing it, and I think there were several points of just like several seconds of silence where everybody was just laughing on the end of their muted mic, because I remember the trainees were laughing, I was laughing, you were laughing. Justin was laughing his ass off. He like barely spoke the entire time. Yeah, that was definitely one of my favorites. I remember like laughing so hard at the end of that I was actually like sweating, which sounds disgusting, but it was definitely a core workout there.
So, favorite character? It's definitely gotta be the old, the Talia. She's definitely an interesting character. I think I've only ran into her once, and it really wasn't much of a interaction. It was me helping her. I think she was like something was wrong with her vehicle, but then after the fact of me helping her with her vehicle, she decided to, I guess, do some illegal things that I'm not 100% on what it was, but she's got to be one of the characters that I like because she's mysterious, for sure.
I've gotten away with so much stupid shit with her.
You know, like, I keep telling Justin, like, I know you're up to some sketchy shit, and like, he just lets you get away with it, because, oh, she's my confidential informant, she does stuff for me, it's just like, yeah, but she does illegal shit, oh, it's okay.
I love it because I feel like he knows it, but like that character has the undersheriff wrapped around her finger, and one day it's gonna blow up in her face, and it's gonna be Talia goes to jail forever and gets fucking shanked in the women's prison. But for now, it's I don't push it too hard. I think that's what it is. I never do anything too violent. If I shoot somebody, it's like 90% of the time self-defense, even if it is sort of kind of my fault. And there have been some instances where I'm like, I have no clue how I got away with that. Like, I have no idea how I didn't get busted by somebody seeing me like bury a body out in the desert or something.
There was one time I was trying to, like, I stole his car, and I was trying to pawn his car off on you, and somehow, either shooting me or freaking punching me or something while I was running from the cops, and it's just like, really? Yeah, you see her freaking do it. No. Oh, no.
No, it was that time that you sold me a stolen car, and Talia was fine with that. But then, as she was getting rid of the car, you ran from the police. It was a different scenario. You got pulled over, and you ran into her property, and we're like running around, and I've got like RP'd stolen shit all over the place, and I'm like, this is how Talia gets fucking thrown in jail. I've got a stolen Lamborghini like chopped up, and I've got like a crate full of weapons cracked open. She is so fucking going to jail. And you run into my property with like 6 cops chasing you. So right before you take them into the area where all the stolen shit is and illegal stuff, I like hit you with a forklift. I clotheslined you with a forklift and they tased you while you were getting up. And I was like, okay, bye. Thanks for catching on. Let's go over here and talk about it away from all the stolen crap. And that was one of those days where I had no idea how I got away with that. Like everyone's like, "Oh, thank you for your help, Talia. You're such a good citizen." I'm like, "Yep, just don't walk around that crate."
Yeah, I'm just like bullshit.
There's nothing to see here involving the cartel.
Damn, I gotta think. See, I wasn't here all year, so I was gone for a while. But the one that sticks out in my head the most would have to be Blake. How he sat there for a good 10 minutes for me to get to him because he hit a deer. And he really wanted that report. As much as I tried getting out of that report, he wanted a report. That right there was pretty good. Because he was fighting me. I was telling him, we can do other ways. Guy didn't want to ride it. And he's like, no, I want the report for me hitting the dead deer. I'm like, all right. But that would have to be the most memorable so far right now.
He hit a dead deer and he wanted to report.
Yeah, he hit a dead deer and he wanted a report.
Sound like something he would do.
Oh man, it would probably have to be my gas station clerk Apu because everyone wants me to play him, even though I have many other characters with different voices. Everyone always wants to see Apu, and then what's awesome is sometimes when we get new guys that join the server, they hear about Apu, and then I have to do Apu, and then they also don't want me to become anybody else but that character.
I just went poo. Yay! Do you expect anything less from me, buddy?
Well, I mean, you just backed up your earlier statement.
Yeah. I did go to the bathroom.
We have to leave that in.
Oh, yeah.
We're leaving that in.
You too.
We're gonna have to bleep that out too. We're doing an interview for the video that Alpha's doing. Yes. And so everyone on the internet's gonna know that you just went to the bathroom.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. You're gonna be more famous than the Kardashians.
I think everybody's famous than them.
True. Oh, what were we talking about? What was the question? Oh yeah, yeah. It's just when like every time we get a new person and stuff like that, especially new police recruits. I always try to get them to eat Apu's specialty donuts, which you have to join the server to know what the secret ingredient is because I can't say that on YouTube. But let's just say he makes it fresh every morning.
Freaking dude.
But yeah, there was this one time. I forgot who it was. It was either you or Justin. We had a probie for state, and they came into my 24/7 and with the new guy, and they had like one of you told them they had to try the donuts, and he bought a whole dozen of them. That was oh man, it was awesome. But no, the interaction. I mean, really, I basically like all my characters because they just are always memorable. I remember in a past life, Tony was this teenage character, Nick Shackelford. I hope he's saying his name. I'm saying his name right. And I had a transgender character named Mary Sue, and we get pulled over, and I was playing like Tony's character was my cousin and stuff like that. And I'm gonna say this: his teenage character was 17. My character was like 32, and Tony goes, "I've never met her in her life." She asked me to get in her car, so I did. And over Discord. It wasn't over server. I just shouted at the top of my lungs, "What the fuck, Tony? Now I can't use this character no more because I'm pretty sure now that character is on a list." And so it's just like it's a special moments like that to where people make friendships and they do RPs like that. And we both agreed that yeah, you're my cousin and stuff like that. And he immediately switched it over like that. And you had basically I had to force to change, like come up on the spot, like improvise on the spot of what was gonna happen. And it ended up with me going to jail and Tony going to protective custody. But yeah, I just like role playing. It's amazing. You made a bunch of great people.
They were wondering where the cops were.
Dealing with the illegal immigrant who just shot himself.
Yeah. That was my bad reaction to Narcan.
Shooting yourself in the face was a bad reaction to Narcan?
Oh.
I heard you shot yourself, dude.
That's a first. I don't think I've ever heard of that.
I legit saw a gun come out and you went pop.
Dispatcher units.
Oh,
Be
I know.
advised, dispatcher is going to be out of service for the night.
Like, I was gonna have a taser ready just in case, so he was getting a little squirrely with you, and then next thing I know,
Good
bam.
night, guys.
Yeah, I was like, he dead.
Sadly, I
this is a
could have actually
first.
really killed you, man. I really could have killed you and then killed myself.
Well,
You could have, but you
okay,
killed yourself instead, so.
Alright, so make note, the side effect of Narcan is a GSW to the face.
Coming forward to be advised that subjects can be taken off this
Uh, is there anything in particular that you guys are like looking forward to, or wanting to see, like in the future, like say the next year or so, that we're hopefully still going to be together unless something comes up?
What am I looking forward to the most? I'm looking forward to continuing to grow, evolve, and perfect the formula we've tried. For anybody that doesn't know, we try to be, as much as possible, a community-based server. It was something that our founders, Tony, AC, and there was a few others of them at the time, Sean, they all tried to really make it not just their server, but the community server. And because they did that, we still follow the same formula today. We don't, the owners facilitate things, I dev, I do different things, but that's not what it's all about. It's about the community and what the community wants. And I really look forward to seeing how that formula grows. There's some changes coming that were announced today. There's some more coming up soon. And I think it's going to foster community involvement in a way that we've never seen before. It might be a little different, but change is good. And I think we're going to really be able to involve the community in a better way and just continuing that growth, sharing this little fun that we have. We have a lot of fun tools that we didn't have a year ago. We have this CAD that AC and I built that I look forward on a personal level to really tinkering with that some more. I just made a big accomplishment last night with it. And personally, I look forward to learning how to add new cool stuff to the server that we can grow with the community as, and really just see really neat stuff come from the server and have stuff that other FiveM servers don't. And I realized I totally skipped over Roberto, like an idiot. Roberto?
Trader to the gulag.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm looking forward to new people, I guess, try to increase the quantity, I guess, and quality, of course, but the quality is there. It's like just maybe a bit more heads would be nice. But I guess we gained a lot of people in the last year, so I'm confident next year will be fine.
Now it's Bud's turn.
Yeah, pretty same across the board from what everyone's saying. Just I'm excited with the team that we do have, all the way from the newest member up to the owners. I'm excited to see where everyone grows to and how we grow as a community, and just see all the new and exciting RPs. I mean, we never have the same RP over and over, so I'm just excited to see where that side of it goes.
Jonah, what are you excited for in your next year? Your first?
That's quite hard to say for me personally. Well, of course, I'm excited for all of those RP scenarios that I'm going to what's the English word for this? That I'm going to experience here. But I would just repeat the others. I'm curious what is going to happen to this community, what kind of changes it will go through, and yes, it's basically that at the end of the day, I'm curious what the future will bring for this community. And it's this curiosity that I'm looking forward to.
From?
I'm looking forward to actually see more people on. Dispatch actually getting on and staying on throughout patrols. Seeing fire and EMS working through things, tow truck pulling stuff through, and everybody just kind of working together as a whole. Yeah, kind of just watching our server kind of grow. I know we're still new, and we've slowly grown here, lost people there. Lost people to some stupid shit. But that also happens with time. You gain new people, you lose people. Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. I mean, honestly, it's like we do have a lot of good cohesion between RPs. So, I mean, sure, we still are growing, but that, like Framer said, I mean, we lose some people, we gain some people, and we're at least gaining more than we're losing.
Alpha, what are you looking forward to?
I mean, I'm kind of looking forward to hunting.
I think honestly, I'm looking forward to the server's continuance. I mean, we just continue to get better. That's one thing I like about this community. Everybody tries different things all the time, and sometimes it works, sometimes it don't, but it's just continually getting better from every patrol we.
Yes, I would say next year I'm kind of looking forward to seeing like what all we get into. But everything's pretty much said here. You know, we've got a good group of guys. Even if we are smaller than some of the communities out there, I'd rather have a small group of people I actually like spending time with and being with a group of 30 or 40 people that I just want to be there to do something and say, screw it, I'm done. I'm not going to come back on, so I want to play 5 minutes again. So there's that. I mean, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing all the new people that we end up getting over the next year, all the new things that we end up trying, all the things that we come up with. And every now and then, I'll be sitting there having a nice quiet night, and suddenly Justin will drag out James Richards and just all the shenanigans he comes up with that dude. I'll be sitting there, and as soon as I hear that name or I see that name come across, I know it's gonna be something wild, just like that day. He has a thing for trying to kill hippies, apparently, and as soon as I seen him calling it hippies, I was expecting him to shoot somebody in the face. So, I mean, it's just that thing of, we always have something going to where you never know what to expect. So, looking forward to all the new ideas that we have, all the new people, the new ideas we come up with for the community. I know we've tried to do several community events. I'm looking forward to see if we can get some of those going again. Just kind of have some downtime from just RP all the time. And I think that's pretty much all I have I'm looking forward to.
Just more role playing and watching the community grow even bigger than what it already is, and more of an opportunity of to expand our knowledge on the role play and have some better scenarios coming in. Because with more people, more brains, we can think of more things and have bigger scenarios and role play them longer. So it'll be pretty cool.
Basically just dicking around with like all these amazing people that we have in our community. Like it's absolutely amazing. I know I haven't been around a lot and stuff like that with stuff going on and with my work schedule, but it always brightens my day and night whenever I get on Discord and look at all the screenshots, reading all the stories and stuff like that. That's United right there. Like that's the definition of United roleplay is everyone is basically coming together. Other people are interested in other people's RPs and stuff like that, and they want to know more of the story and stuff like that. And it's easier with United because almost everyone here is a YouTuber or a Twitch streamer and stuff like that. So you get the screenshot perspective, and you basically get like the body cam video, basically, and it's just awesome that way. And to think that it's already been a year that we've been a community and how fast we're growing and how much we've been able to come from nothing to like this. I want to say like almost a superpower, like we're almost there. But I'm looking forward to probably another great year of role playing, and we're getting a whole bunch of new people, and I cannot wait to see what shenanigans everyone is going to bring up. And I have a couple of ideas I've been thinking of at work that I have planned on server, and I get in trouble at work sometimes because I just start busting out laughing as hard as I can because I'm going through jokes in my mind, and everyone at work looks at me like I'm a freaking crazy person. It's like, what are you laughing at? I'm like, you wouldn't get it because you're not United. But yeah, it's just I'm just looking forward like to just a year with great people, great RPs, and that's basically it.
You are a crazy person.
I am a crazy person though, but they don't really need to know that. Like there's days to where I'm like whispering myself in like a poo's voice, and one of my coworkers know because I showed him one of your videos and stuff like that. He's like, "What are you doing over there, Pooh?" I go, "Nothing, nothing at all. Get back to work." And it's just amazing. Like I think about scenarios all the time in my head, and I just don't have the time to do it. So if anyone's watching this, if you want some great funny ideas, hit me up, and I will gladly give you my ideas.
Ooh, I just want basically what's been happening, like just solid RPs, good scenarios with a great bunch of people, which I think we have now. Like the group of people that we had on tonight, for example, it was just good. It was lit. Like everybody just gels together. It's really cool to see that. Like people from different parts of the US, and especially for me, from all the way over in little old New Zealand, and people from all over the place just getting back together and having a good time. I think if we just keep on going how we're going, I think we can make good headway.
New
You know,
state
I'm
vehicles.
yeah.
Looking forward to that. Hopefully you can get that.
Yeah, I know you've been after a Taurus forever. Like most of the packs you sent me, I haven't seen a Taurus, but
The one I just sent from her, I sent him a mega pack. It's a Nevada-based one. Looks really nice. It's got a Crown Vic. It's got a Charger. It's got 2 Chargers, a Tahoe, an Explorer, and a Taurus, and a Silverado. So
I think I'm just looking forward to. It sounds cheesy, but just more RP with everybody. We've all been really busy and swamped, but you know we've stuck around, and it's really good to see. It's really good to see everybody getting back into the swing of things, and we've had some really good RP lately. You know, we got some new members that are doing fantastic, both as Civs and LEOs. You know, I've got a couple new characters that I plan to slowly roll out. So I think Talia's kind of staying under the radar for a while. I'm not quite sure how I want to finish out her story, but I've got a couple people that I kind of want to roll out and see how you guys like them or dislike them. you know, so definitely looking forward to some more shenanigans and some more nonsense and some more fun. There was that one scene where you were that drunk female that was DUIing and got in a car accident. You're like running from your husband or some shit, and you stole my ambulance because I forgot to lock it, and the fire chief left you over there by yourself.
Oh yeah.
And I was in the ambulance, or I was in the fire truck, and I was like, "Get me out of this thing! You're pursuing my ambulance. I don't care about it. Leave it." I ended up bailing out of the fire truck because I didn't want to get stuck in a pursuit. It's like, I don't care anymore. I was like, I'm just going to sit on the side of the road and wait to get picked up. Y'all can go chase after my stolen ambulance.
Like I was kind of thinking if I was going to or not, and then like they were starting to put it together, and I kind of was going to go to jail at that point. So I was just kind of waiting for an opening, and Jason just walks away. So let's screw it. There we go.
Yep, I was talking to one of the troopers. I forget who it was, but I was talking to a trooper like, "Hey, this chick is like, loony." And I told Jensen, I was like, "Hey, stay with her. I'll be right back." But he decided to walk away from her, and the chief walks up and he's like, "Hey, da 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 da," and starts talking. I was like, "You left her alone, didn't you?" And I look over, and you're not there anymore. And I was like, "I swear to God, if she's in my ambulance," and then he just floor it and tear out. And I was like, "And she stole my ambulance." I was like, "That is a serious," and still let it happen. Let's go get my ambulance back. And that's my baby too. It was that Express one, the Chevy Express van, that one I freaking love, the AMR skin. I was like, that is literally my favorite ambulance here, and it's now tearing off down the freeway with some drunk chick in the steering. It's like, okay.
Yeah, like I didn't really have any plan of where I was going to go. I was just going to drive in circles. I think they finally pinned me on the bridge or something.
Yeah, and they called me. They're like, "Can we get AMR down here?" And I was like, "Yep, I'm en route." And I just took my sweet ass time. I was like, "Mother freaking stupid, frigga." And I was like, got out of the ambulance, and it was identical to the one that got stolen. And you're like, "All right, I locked this one."
I figured I'd change some love. Everybody steals the cop cars. Nobody ever steals the ambulance.
That ain't talking about. Oh, don't you stop following me, motherfucker.
Watch me.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Damn it.
You hit true. You know, buddy. Don't do it.
Oh, we're going to get him.
Don't you fucking do it.
So we are.
Don't do it.
We're going to. Fuck! No!
You might want to call 911 for yourself. You want to call 911 for yourself, buddy, because you're going for a swim.
Last minute.
I'm gonna need you to quit playing those goddamn bongos.
I had no
and
injury.
let them,
It was just my foot had been.
I will play whatever
I want.
Okay.
Oh, did I already lose?
Yeah, I was just saying to here, unless you want to go further.
And back. Go. Oh.
Oh, shit. Okay, so apparently, last minute, roll change. We're going back. Oh god. You successfully blocked me from getting through. I rushed you with semblance, so I was trying to creep by, and then you pulled forward. Oh god.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
You almost smacked a deer. That same spot took me and you out.
And I gotta figure out how to get back up there.
Oh, by the way. Bye. Bye, Felicia. Oh shit, and I'm back down again. Oh
It's
no, there
amazing
we go.
how much heavy vehicles can do.
If you guys have anything that you guys wanna, anybody else got anything?
Yeah, just speaking on what the server has, something that's hasn't been around too long, but something that we've done that I think is really cool and kind of adds to the realism effect that I don't see on a lot of other servers is taking away the names of people, so everybody pretty much just blends in. If they're within a certain area, you can't, their name doesn't pop up. So I just think that's a really cool thing because it just adds a level of, metagaming that's taken away and stuff like that. So I just think that's very unique. I hardly ever see that anywhere. So I think that's very cool.
To add on to another kind of cool feature to add to the realism, and this was an idea that I had gotten from way back when Civ manager Tony and had carried on into the future, was something that was a big initiative of his then, was keeping gunfights to be a lot longer. We wanted them to be realistic because gunfights aren't just ending 1 or 2 shots very often in real life. It happens, but not very often. So I had managed to eventually find a no reticle script so now we have no aiming reticle. So it makes shooting a lot harder. You really gotta aim and shoot. It's not just put the dot on their head and pull the trigger. You gotta think about it and work the angles and stuff. I think that's really made shootouts a little less, I don't know what the word is, arcadey. It made them a little more realistic. The head labels thing was a great idea too. We figured out a way for people who want to use them can still use them. People who don't, they're off by default. So I think that's been really good to make that changeover and leave it as kind of an optional feature. Anybody else? I can unmute you, Roberto. Sorry.
I'm eating candy. Thanks, Noah.
So anybody else have any comments? I think that's about the last thing I have for you guys. It's just gonna be something quite quick and simple.
I'm good.
Patrick?
Jason, you got anything else?
No, I think I'm good.
Romer? Romer.
Maybe he fell back asleep.
Probably.
Or grabbing something to eat.
John, you got anything?
No.
Because I took off for about 4 months, 5 months, so coming back into the community, it's like I never left. I said hi and same old shit was going on, it was very home welcoming coming back home and jumping on the computer to roleplay, and it's like I never even left. It was picked up right where I left off and jumped right back into the RP and we're good to go. It was nice coming back in and easy transitions. And I'm appreciative of that.
It's it's been a crazy year. There's been some ups and downs, and I know we've had a lot of stuff go on in some of our members' personal lives. We've had a lot of changes and things going on in the community, but overall, we've really stuck together and, continued building the community and continued, RPing and even more kind of just sticking around to hang out with friends, if anything. It's this is the community that I've been with for the longest. I didn't realize it until recently, but I've been in some decent communities and ended up leaving for various reasons, but United RP is the one that's I've stuck around with for the longest, and I don't plan on going anywhere. So, here's to another year of craziness and drama and fun and action and adventure and all those adjectives.
Alright, Andrew, you got anything?
Well, the only thing I really got to say is I'm looking forward to seeing how we expand, how we end up growing this year. Seeing the different changes that we can bring up and all the advances we can make, and just see what we can get ourselves into this year.
Right now, the last couple of new guys we've got, and actually the past week we've had a lot of guys on here, RPing for a few hours at a time, and it's picked up the past week or so, and I think we've got an opportunity to keep that rolling. With Topi, managed to get that going, and keep up that momentum, and that's pretty much universal with what everybody else has said, that they're kind of looking forward to get more people, get more RP in, so we're all pretty much on the same page there. And did you think of your...
Honestly, I gotta say my one favorite part. Well, I kind of have two, because I'm kind of torn between them. So one of them is when I got in a pursuit with Justin. It was going on for a while. I got up by the military base, and I ended up getting a distance away from him, and I ended up ramming into the front of his vehicle with a small ass car, and I ended up cutting his leg off and running off with it, and they still have not caught me yet. So I'm waiting to see how that one plays out. My other one was when I first got on the server. I believe Rex was there. I'm not sure exactly everybody that was there. I was a drunk person that was walking down the middle of the road, drunk as hell, pretending I was driving my car, and I didn't have a car. That was an interesting one.
Yeah, that was me and Justin that stopped you. I think Rex was running AMR that night.
Oh yeah, I think so. Yep.
We told you hey, come on, there's better places to do stuff, and you were taking everything really literally. So you're like, "Can I go up on that sign?" Like, no, you can't climb the billboard. But it's not in the traffic. It's like, oh my god.
Oh yeah, when which one of you guys did I yell at that passed me in a double yellow? I believe.
Was it a patrol car or an ambulance?
It was one of the officers did. They were pulling up in front of me, and it was a double yellow, and I yelled at them that they were passing me in a double yellow.
Might have been me, because I think I passed you head on. I turned around, and I think Justin came up behind you.
Yeah, I think it was you.
Shots fired, shots fired.
Temper. Get out. Stop.
701 Bay Advisory Breach.
Sir 1, large subject has entered the SO station center.
704, shots fired, one subject down. There's supposed to be 564 just to the west of ammunition.
We have shots fired at this time. Shot fired. One suspect down at this time.
So we have shots fired with an officer down in the short over here. Not sure what's going on.
Subject, black point someone, 7 people in all black under shotgun. Kill a police officer. Boom.
County 220. 3 waits down, I have 1 fifth. No, I'm saying.
Copy 220, 3 weight down. Unit 500, 421. Advisor status.
This is a man, man.
500.
Alright, guys, that's going to be about all we have time for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Everybody united, I hope you guys have enjoyed as well. I've enjoyed all the RP and shenanigans that we've gotten into in the past and look forward to doing more in the future. Before I go, I'll leave you with a few more screenshots and video clips, stuff like that on the way out. But until next time, I'll see you guys later.
For a moment, caught in between 10 and 20, and I'm just dreaming, counting the ways to where you are. I'm 22 for a moment, and she feels better than ever, and we're on fire, making our way back from Mars. when you only got 100 years to live. I'm 33 for a moment. I'm still the man, but you see I'm there, a kid on the way, babe, a family on my mind. I'm 45 for a moment. The sea is high and I'm heading into a crisis, chasing the years of my life. 15, there's still time for you, time to buy and time to lose yourself within a morning star. 15, I'm alright with you. 15, there's never a wish better than this, when you only got 100 years to live. Half time goes by, suddenly you're wise, another blink of an eye. 67 is gone, the sun is getting high, we're moving on. I'm 99 for a moment. I'm dying for just another moment, and I'm just dreaming, counting the ways to where you are. 15, there's still time for you. 22, I feel hurt to go. 33, you're on your way. Every day's a new day. Only got 100 years to live.